Well, we're going to do this one live. I'm at a secret location. I couldn't invite anyone else to be a guest on this one because we're going to talk about a little known, little used secret that buyers are using to outbid you or to win your dream home. So maybe it's an outbid or make a stronger offer. That in our world, the mortgage world, we call it delayed financing. And what it is, it's a strategy where you can pay cash for a house and then nearly immediately recapitalize after the closing. Situations where this works great. Houses where maybe you're downsizing, you have a decent amount of equity. You also maybe have an IRA. We could talk about a strategy there as well. And you're buying in a very congested price point, whether that's a single family ranch, a townhouse that has main floor master, all of those super appealing properties that are moving quick. It's contrary to some of these news headlines out here. A well-priced, desirable home is selling inside of 3 days and at or above list price. So when we talk about how to execute this, right, we want to talk about the ins and outs of a very nuanced, documented process that you still need to work with the mortgage person on to make sure you can get your cash out. I know that might sound a little scary, might like, oh my gosh, I just plowed all this cash into a property. How do I ever get it out? So what we have to do is we have to meet a few different barriers. The first one is we have to document every dollar used to purchase that house. That money can come from a HELOC on a current home, checking, savings, money market. It can come from a personal loan. So maybe mom or dad or uncle, aunt, grandma, or grandpa is willing to write you a personal loan. We've actually executed this situation before where an employer or an employee wrote a personal, let me try that again. An employer wrote a personal loan to an employee to buy the house. The one very, very, again, nuanced, but something to talk to your mortgage person about. We're always happy to answer these questions. One of the deal killers in this checklist, though, would be that we cannot actually have a mortgage recorded against the new property. So let's say we're buying 123 Ash Street, and someone's going to give you a personal loan to buy 123 Ash Street. They can give you a note, but they cannot record a mortgage against that property. Then what happens is you close on the property with cash, right? So you've provided at that point, the seller has clarity and certainty that offer is going to be executed and transacted as it was originally drawn up. Sellers, we talk about this all the time. Sellers appreciate clarity. Certainly, they appreciate the highest probability of a deal closing as originally offered. And it can also give you an express timeline, right? Because maybe we're not waiting for the appraisal, underwriting, and things that can get done pretty quickly, but not nearly as fast as with cash. Right. So the other little detail that you need to maybe talk to an accountant or your particular accountant, we're always happy to make a referral to our personal account that we use over here, and your financial advisor is a little spot in the IRS law that says that you can take money out of your IRA account for no more than 60 days and replace it back in that IRA account inside of 60 days and not create a taxable event. I don't want to spend a bunch of time on the ins and outs of that. I am not a tax professional. I am not a financial planner, not a financial advisor. I don't manage money, but you can certainly research the 60-day IRA rollover and come to your own conclusions or seek a tax professional's help there. But that is, again, one of the strategies that buyers are using right now to steal that dream home away from you, right? We hear it all the time. Oh, my offer got beat out by cash, or, where does all this cash come from? Well, sometimes it comes from a strategy where it's cash, but then it's financed later, which provides that certainty. Other things that we need that are positive benefits here, right? I standard cash out refinance, so not this delayed financing route, this little carve out, requires you to have owned the property for at least 6 months. In this delayed financing method, we can own that property for less than 6 months, and we can still use the actual appraised value that we do in that refinance, the delayed financing transaction. Again, another little drawback or caveat here is we cannot take out more money than we invested into that purchase of the property. But again, we're here to answer those questions for you. If you decide that this strategy is something that you want to do. Rolling through the rest of this stuff, right? Like why does delayed financing work? Again, faster closings, fewer contingencies, greater certainty. You purchase with your own funds or borrowed funds. So again, personal loan is allowable here. Then you just deal with the financing after. Who could benefit from this? People or families with significant savings or cash assets, buyers that will eventually have proceeds from a different sale, and they don't want to be contingent on the sale of their property to make this deal happen. Investors, again, another great strategy here, right? Maybe we're worried about the condition of the property, but we're confident that we can get the property closed, renovated, or updated enough to meet Fannie and Freddie's condition requirements. And then we can take cash out inside of that 6-month window and recapitalize there. There's a whole method on that, right? The buy, renovate, rent, refinance strategy that works great for investors here. And again, it's the secret tool, or it's another tool to really, really help you stand out in a multiple offer situation. The things to watch out for, let that be our job to help you through that. So these little nuanced documentation requirements about where did the money come from, how did it get there, making sure we're getting a copy of that settlement statement from when you bought that property. If you did get a personal loan, we got to get a copy of that note because that's going to have to get paid back. If you took borrowed against a HELOC on a different property, that has to get paid back, or we have to count that other debt back in your debt to income ratio. But again, let us help you navigate this. I cannot stress, do not go out into this world or dip your toe into this world without speaking to a mortgage professional first, so they can give you the punch list or that checklist of things to make sure you have in order so you can get this money back in a timely fashion. Very, very important if you're going to consider that 60-day IRA rollover rule so that you're not creating a taxable event for yourself. That's all we really got today. We got World Cup action tonight. It is 106 degrees this afternoon here, so stay hydrated. Stay curious on real estate. We've had yesterday and today, we've had 2 very favorable inflation numbers come out. We've also had the new chairman of the Fed, Kevin Warsh, come out and say that he's not tolerating inflation anymore. He considers it a tax on humans and businesses. I don't disagree. We'll see what his strategy is to curtail it, but we did get 2 favorable reports there. So that should bode favorable for rates here in the immediate term. We do need to continue to keep an eye out on the geopolitical situation in the Middle East right now and oil. As everyone knows, expensive energy costs will eventually leak back into expensive goods costs, which, if you're not an economics major, can result in some inflation stuff there too. But that's all we got. We will see you guys next Wednesday when we're talking about other fun stuff.
I'm done. Cut the show.